All right, NHS, your final senior shout out going out to the officers. Ladies, I already dropped something special on your porch for you guys, including a letter, so you guys can read that letter. I did that so this didn't go all night long, because if I just started talking to you, this could go all night long because you guys are awesome. I will admit to being somewhat happy that the senior shout outs are done. It's been a little bit extra stress for me, just thinking I always gotta do that shout out, gotta do that shout out. And now it's just time to enjoy a summertime. Summer Ronick, I'm going to miss singing that to you, even though the shout out is not for you. All right. You girls deserve such a huge thanks. In fact, I hope most people watch this because you guys deserve to hear the thank you from everybody. All right. I'm not going to say that our NHS program is so prestigious that when you apply to UCLA across the country, they know, oh, Williamstown High School's NHS program is great. I know that's not the case. I know that's not even the case probably for a local college. All right. With that being said, our teachers, our community, our students, they do know, there's schools that don't have an NHS program like ours, that it's a lot easier to just kind of skate by, that don't really have the impact on the school and community that we have. But we have that huge impact. We help so many people, and people recognize that. And what I want to point out is that I personally could never do it by myself. I could never do it. I struggle with time so much right now with the little kids, and I have these big visions for what NHS should be, and it doesn't really kind of match up. But luckily, I find a way to get the right kids in place to help me do that, and you girls are the reason why we've been able to do so much of the stuff we have, all right? Whether it's been planning an event like the Adopt a Family, Haunted High School stuff with us, that we reach so many kids with our little craft projects, so many things. Whether it's doing like the behind the scenes work. All right, the behind the scene work is so important. Bazikos, how many times did you just make a list for me? Last second, Google Sheet, done already for Mr. La. Leanna, Rachel, Benyola, all the work you've done verifying the points. That's what keeps us as this prestigious program. It's what keeps people looking at us and saying, oh man, that program, like they do it right. If you're a member of NHS at Williamstown, you're not just kind of signing up for it and then just, doing whatever. They know that we're doing this stuff the right way. All right. So I wanted to say it again. I could never, ever, 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 ever do this stuff without you girls. Thank you so much. My little NHS bays, as we called you in our little remind chain. All right, going through, again, individually, I'm going to go through kind of quickly because you already got a little letter on your desk. Rihanna, you are just involved. You are awesome. You are a leader. Watching you kind of charge through, break through the barriers of girls golf, even, as stupid as that sounds, fantastic. I love that you had the passion and willingness to say, like, yeah, I don't care if I'm one of 5 golfers this first year, I'm doing it. All right. And then you excelled and you were going to be awesome this year. You have been so fun to get to know. I know all the stuff you do with, Carrie and St. Mary's and everything. It is just fantastic. You bring so much good to the world. I am so proud of you. I am so lucky to know you. You're the only one I didn't get to have in class, yet I still feel like I know you so well, and you are so awesome. Thank you so much, Rihanna, for everything. Alex Benyola, a.k.a. Benny. Benny, I don't know what happened this year when I started calling you Danielle. Something just freaking fried in my brain, and Danielle would come out sometimes. It was very embarrassing for me, and I will admit that. With that being said, you know how much I love you, and you are fantastic. Impeccable work ethic, as does everybody on this. That's why you're an NHS offer. You have a fantastic work ethic. Benny, I know I said this in your letter. I'm going to repeat a lot of stuff, but you would sit there in the front of the room. And my favorite part about you was you made eye contact throughout the whole lesson. I love, everybody, take this as a little word of advice. Teachers love that. The kid who sits there and actually looks at you as you're talking, fantastic. I remember a few times actually where you came into school really sick and you were in the very front row and your eyes were puffy and red and your nose was all snotty and you sat there just learning physics because you knew you had to do it because you maybe missed the day before and you just didn't want to miss another day. So awesome. You are just fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. Benny, you're the best. Thank you. Rachel Checanecchio. Dude, who the heck can spell Checanecchio? Who puts 5 C's in a name? Again, in your letter, I'm just repeating stuff. I know I am. Rachel Checanecchio is literally the worst person to give a test to. Giving a test that look top of my head. See all this baldness right here? This area right here, I blame literally 95% on Rachel Checanecchio. I don't know if you could hear me because my head was down. Right there. Rachel Chekanekio baldness. It's called the last 5 minutes of any exam. When your guys, all right, guys, time's just about up. Rach, time's up. We really gotta turn that test in there, sweetie. I'm gonna have to come rip it out of your hands. All right, I'm doing it. I'm literally ripping the test out of your hands. Okay, Rach, it's ripped out. Then okay, there we go. You can't do it. You can't do that to teachers. You can't, Rachel. You are so fantastic. So what if you had to guess on the last answer in a test? It wouldn't make you any less fantastic. Your work ethic, and then more importantly than your work ethic, your high standard for yourself. And I do know that this is where the whole test turning issue comes from, but your high standard for yourself. If it's going to say Rachel Chekanecki up top, it's going to be good. All right? And that is the greatest characteristic, in my opinion, that almost anybody can have. All right, always have that high standard for yourself. Never let that high standard drop. As much as I tease you for the whole test thing, I would struggle through those 5 minutes every day of the week. It meant I was lucky enough to teach Rachel Chekanekio, okay? I would struggle through them all day long because you are worth it. Those 5 minutes every once in a while of pure anxiety for me and baldness for me were worth every second of teaching you. Bazikos. 5. You got a 5 on the AP Physics 1 test. That is so hard. You were the second person in history, the only person last year. You are so smart, but you are so much more than being so smart, all right? Like I said, I remember so many times just like emailing you last second, Bazikos, I'm really busy. Can you make this sheet like kind of quick? Yep, got it, done. And, forget that. It was like all the other stuff you did, the amount of initiative you took. It just was incredible. You did so much stuff for me that I didn't even expect, that I never even asked, and it was just done. And talk about like a quality of a leader. That is so fantastic. So fantastic. As I taught you last year, I saw your work ethic, incredible. I saw your intelligence, incredible. And I didn't know, I will admit this though, even though I loved teaching you last year, I feel like we got a lot closer this year. And I didn't know that me and you would get this close, that our personalities would mesh this well. And I have loved more than anything. Forget all the help you've given me. I have loved becoming your friend this year. You are so fantastic. I feel like you've always had my back for everything we got to do. Any extra time you need to give me, you give it to me. Bazikos, thank you. I love you. My little Lily, my little Leanna Chen. Leanna Chen, actually a lot of that stuff could repeat for you that I just said to Bazikos. A lot of it could repeat. You come into class and you are smart as you know what. You are such a hard freaking worker. You are pure business, right? You are sitting there, learning, eye contact like Bagnola, I would say, learning, fixed, right answer, look up, right answer, look up, right answer. It's great. It's great. And everything you were as a student, you were as an officer. And that I expected. I expected to be able to give you a job and it was going to be done right. It was going to be done well. It was going to be done quickly. I expected all that stuff. There was 2 things that you shocked me with. And it goes, man, I really am saying a lot of the same stuff for Bazikos right here. You also took so much initiative. There was so much stuff that you did that I never asked you to do that you would just be like, oh no, Mr. Lai, I already did that. Oh. Great, Leanna. That's fantastic. Thank you for that so much. All right. Thank you for that so much. And secondly, my favorite part about having you as officer, aside from the fact that you were the most organized, the most efficient, every high quality work, aside from all that, I loved becoming your friend. I loved seeing you come out of your shell a little bit, seeing you laughing, hanging out with your friends, joking around with me. I didn't necessarily get that side of you in class. So having that as an officer, and the best part about NHS is seeing kids in different lights, that kind of stuff, was so fun. You are not just some brainiac who does great work. You are an awesome person, and you are so much fun to be around. Thank you so much for everything you've done for me. And last on my list is my Lil Prez. My Lil Prez, Taina Huertas. All right? And Taina, I think a lot of people would agree. I know you would. What I just said about like Leanna and Bazikos, for example, where like I was so happy to see them come out of the shell and become friends with me. You, on the other hand, we never became, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. We are such good friends. What I was going to say was, you, on the other hand, from the second I met you, there's no doubt about the fact that our personalities are very similar and that was able to click. And you are just so much fun to be around. So much fun to be around. You were the first person, I will point this out, even though G was more consistently my coffee girl, I will admit, you were the first person to magically put that whipped cream on top of a coffee. I've never even seen that before it happened. And I remember my lips touched that whipped cream, and then the coffee followed it right behind. Oh my gosh. That was a nice day for me. Taina Huertas, you are, oh, I forgot that I just love saying your name. Huertas. Taina, look at the tongue roll. Taina Huertas. Taina Huertas. If anybody was wondering, that's how you say it. You have one of those personalities that can completely change the dynamic in a room, which is, I've said that to a few people, and it's a humongous compliment. Your personality can completely change the dynamic in the room. And the days that you were absent last year, I remember them. I think I remember every day you were absent because that class just simply wasn't as fun. It wasn't as great to teach. And it's not that you're just some goofball that's always goofing off. Man, when it's time for business, you're freaking working. When you got to go home and do your homework, you focus, you work, you challenge yourself. You have the same high standard I've talked about with everybody else. And you are just so stinking fun too. And I just love that about you so much. You had big shoes to fill coming in. I loved your sis, love your family, and you're different from your sis. And I loved you. I just loved you so much. I'm going to miss you so much. And to all of you girls, now that we're kind of wrapped up, I could say thank you for so much stuff. I could write a list that would be 100 pages long that I would say thankful for. But the number one thing I would say is thank you so much for getting so close to me and for being my friend. I specifically remember after I had my new little baby Talia this year, who was beautiful, that I came into school one half day. And you guys remembered I was going to be there on that half day. And I remember walking upstairs because I came in late for a little bit. And I rounded the corner before homeroom. And all of you girls were sitting there just ready to ask me about that little girl. And even though I probably wanted to be home with my kids, I didn't want to get back and work just yet. Rounding the corner and seeing you girls waiting there was awesome, because when you have something awesome like that happen in your life, you want to share it with friends, and you guys are awesome friends, and I really enjoyed that so much. And I loved being with you guys, and now I'm getting all stupid, so I'm going to stop it there, okay? I love you girls so much. I'm so proud of you, and I hope you just stay in touch with me. Thank you.